Welcome back to Pulse of the Port. We are now on the roof of the Port of Long Beach Administration Building, and as you can see from here, it is quite a view that has no doubt changed in the last 54 years. We'll bring back in Chris Berry to talk more about that. What was here when this building was built?
Really very little. Pretty much this building, this was all landfill that had been constructed for the port. South of us at that time was Ocean. The Reef Restaurant, which is still there today, was at the tip of this, but the area where the Queen Mary and Spruce Goose are, nothing there. It was waiting to be developed, and it was developed over the next 20, 30 years. And of course, the Long Beach skyline has changed a lot since then, too.
So this was literally a blank canvas for engineers and port constructors to do with what they will.
Absolutely.
All right, now if you look across the way, you'll see the construction for the new bridge. But to start that project, some port buildings on the far side had to be demolished. Take a look. These structures stood side by side with the Gerald Desmond Bridge since 1975, providing a home for the Port of Long Beach's maintenance division. But in order to usher in a new era in goods movement, their nearly 40 years of service has to come to an end. Crews have begun demolishing the buildings to make way for a new bridge. The more than $1 billion project is in high gear.
This is a very exciting day for the Gerald Desmond Bridge replacement project. These buildings behind me are right in the footprint of the new bridge. This is among the final stages of the phase that we kind of think of as clearing the path for the new bridge. That included some oil well relocations and removals, and also about 22 structures that need to come down, including these buildings, a firehouse, and other miscellaneous structures. We're going to move into building some of the foundations that will support the new bridge.
These buildings have been vacant for the last 2 months, as the port has already moved its maintenance division into a new, state-of-the-art, LEED-certified green structure, complete with a huge array of solar panels. Meanwhile, painstaking preparations were made before knocking down the old facility.
Because of our sensitivity to the environment, we have to make sure that any toxic materials, asbestos, that were left over from a previous era are completely cleaned up to current environmental standards before these buildings can be knocked down.
The abatement for the buildings we've done here on the east side of the channel took about 2 weeks to do because most of these buildings are pre-1970s. And then after that, we do the demolition. We recycle all the rubble, so we take this and put it in a pile, and we're going to crush it later, and we use it as aggregate base, which is a base for the roadway before you put the pavement or concrete on top. And the steel will be taken off, and it's being sold to a scrap plant, and if the trash will be going to a dump. And then we get to tear everything up and build foundations, and you guys will be back to see that, and you won't even recognize the place.
If you'd like to follow the progress of the Gerald Desmond Bridge replacement project, visit newgdbridge.com for the latest information, videos, and traffic updates.